Good morning, everyone. Today is an exciting day, but before I get into where we are and all of that, the fires are out and the rains have stopped, but many people are still suffering. I've seen stories of people in the Palisades and in the other areas, some who were hit by the fires and now are dealing with mudslides, some who made it through the fires and now have to deal with mud to the extent that it's even destroyed some additional homes. We're moving forward in the recovery. Phase 1, Phase 2 are going well. But when we think of all of the individuals who lived in the Palisades or the other impacted areas and understand how it hit them, oftentimes the people who worked in the homes, on the property, or in the commercial areas are not necessarily thought of right away. So that's what today is about. This is an impacted worker and family center. We are co-locating different community programs, nonprofits, as well as city and county agencies. But here is an example of our different levels of government working together. The city, the county, the state, and many times individuals don't realize that they actually are a lot of benefits available to them. Cash benefits, job assistance, getting back into business loans, a lot of benefits are available. So that is the point of the Impacted Worker and Family Center. There are 4 of them located around the city. And so this one, which is opening today, actually opened a few days ago, we want to let everyone know that they can come here. If they owned a business, they can get a business loan, they can get assistance, they can get the technical assistance they needed. If they were a worker that was displaced, there's actually cash that is available, up to $2,000. There's the earned income tax credit, which is always available every year, and in California and many other states is always undersubscribed. And so you can get a nice amount of money back if you apply for the earned income tax credit. And so we want to make sure that people know about those benefits. So we appreciate you being here today so that you can help spread the word. The other benefit of this center is that the individuals can work with staff one-on-one. Sometimes what discourages people from getting their benefits is the application process. It's confusing, complicated, but here you can actually work with individual staff who will take you step by step through the process. So this is a part of the recovery, I think, that oftentimes is not recognized, but we need to think about the thousands of people. There were people who didn't live in the Palisades, didn't live in Altadena, might live in the city of Los Angeles, and so we wanted to make this Impacted Worker and Family Center available to everybody that has suffered through this tragedy. So I'd like to now introduce the council member, Hugo Soto Martinez, and he will talk in both English and Spanish about the impact of this center. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me try to put this up a little. Sorry about that. Well, thank you so much, Mayor, for bringing us here today, for convening us. I also want to thank our county partners, Kelly LaBianco, who heads a lot of the work that we're doing here, Abigail Marquez, who's behind me, the general manager of the CIFD department, and most importantly, everyone here who has been supporting all the efforts around this just terrible catastrophe that hit Los Angeles. You know, it's now been over a month since the wildfires devastated Los Angeles, upending entire neighborhoods, causing extreme heartbreak, and in many cases, lives were lost. Now, the emotional effects of the wildfires are still with us, but as the mayor said, we are moving forward step by step, one day at a time, and we are seeing many, many improvements. But the secondary effects of those fires, for so many, have just begun. The fires were devastating for so many people, many who've lost their homes and family members, but there were also secondary effects to the fires. Gardeners, house cleaners, healthcare workers, restaurant workers, all who have lost their jobs, live-in childcare workers who have lost both their homes and their jobs all at once. And in my district, City 13, which is a lot of renters of working class folks, we are receiving calls every single day of people saying they're now backed up on rent, they've lost income, and they need the city's support. They needed the city to be there. Los incendios fueron muy devastadores para muchas familias y muchos de ellos perdieron sus casas y familiares, pero también hubieron efectos secundarios. Jardineros, limpiadores de casa, personas que trabajan en esas industrias están sufriendo y tienen un impacto financiero. Personas que cuidan niños o que cuidan nuestras personas de la tercera edad también están teniendo muchas dificultades. Y en mi distrito, donde es la casa de mucha gente trabajadora, estamos recibiendo llamadas cada día de personas que ya están atrasadas en su renta y necesitan que la ciudad venga y esté ahí por ellos. We are here today to stand with the mayor and make it clear that we are not going to leave these workers behind. We will be with them, supporting them as much as we can. These centers, which will work hand in hand with already existing WorkSource and Family Source centers, will provide crucial services like up to 26 weeks of disaster unemployment assistance, rental assistance, access to apply for Medi-Cal, business assistance, cash assistance, and so much more. We're putting everything under one roof so that people are able to come, navigate, and we know that they trust our city because we've been there for them so many times. These are places in your community that you can go to and find experts ready to help. These folks have literally dedicated their entire lives supporting working people. They do it. It's a labor of love, and we know that every single person that comes here into these doors will be received well and will be supported. Estos centros que trabajan con colaboración nuestras, centros WorkSource y Family Source Centers, existentes brindaron asistencia crítica como hasta 26 semanas de ayuda por desempleo en el caso de catástrofe, ayuda para la renta, ayuda medical, ayudan a la gente a hacer sus impuestos al fin del año, ayudas financieras y muchos más. Estas son personas que han dedicado toda su vida asistiendo a la gente de clase trabajadora, a la gente inmigrante, independientemente si tienes documentos o no, están aquí para ustedes. Y sabemos que cualquier persona que venga en estas puertas va a ser recibida y ayudada totalmente. We know that the journey to the recovery is not a straight line, and we know that there are going to be many, many more challenges ahead. But if we collaborate, if we work together, I know that Los Angeles will come back stronger and more united than ever. Sabemos que el camino a la recuperación no va a ser una línea directa. Va a haber muchas dificultades que vienen, pero en colaboración y trabajando juntos, sabemos que vamos a salir en un Los Ángeles más fuerte y más fortalecido. So we'll continue to find ways to support everyone and know that all your different levels of government, whether state, county, and city, will be here to support you. And with that, quisiera presentar, I'd like to present Lilia, who is one of the persons who has been affected by the fires. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I can give her a boost, too.
Buenos días a todos. Este es un día para mí muy especial, porque estoy aquí en medio de tanta gente que, como yo, estoy aquí viendo cómo podemos rehacer nuestras voces y nuestras luchas. Yo limpio casas, yo soy una persona que he perdido mi trabajo acerca de los incendios. No vivo en el área, pero soy afectada. ¿Por qué?
Good morning, everyone. I am very happy to be here today. I am one of the few people that have been affected by the fires, and I wanted to be here to share a little bit of what I went through.
No vivo en el área de los incendios, pero he sido afectada con mi trabajo.
I don't live exactly in the areas where the fires took place, but I have been affected by employment.
El hecho de estar aquí el día de ahora es porque muchas de nosotros, la comunidad inmigrante, no recibimos ninguna, digamos, por medio nos acercamos a los apoyos por medio del temor, tanto al clima político como a otras circunstancias que estamos viviendo. Pero ahora estoy yo aquí.
We have been affected by the fires, and I'm happy to be here today because I want to share that we understand that there's a lot of resources, but as an immigrant, it has been difficult, especially with the political climate and the situations that are taking place.
A base de esto, no tenemos temor a acercarnos a los apoyos que hay en la comunidad.
Because of the situation, we are scared to reach out for these resources given the immigration climate.
Pues una de esas puede ser Lilian, pero Lilian está aquí el día de ahora para abogar para aquellas personas que se acerquen a estos apoyos que estoy viendo que hay para la comunidad, que nos acerquemos, que no tengamos temor, porque aquí están las ayudas para nosotros.
I am here, I am Lilia, and I want you all to know that you need to reach out for services. You need to come and welcome the services that are available to you, all of the resources. We need to come out and we need to receive them. I am here today.
Porque es un impacto si te llevas un plato de comida a tu mesa o pagas tu renta, y es complicado porque muchos de nosotros, de la comunidad que estamos viviendo, de todas las áreas, la área de Los Ángeles, somos comunidad inmigrante y no contamos con un estatus para tener derechos a otros servicios. Entonces, por eso estoy yo aquí, para que perdí ese temor y estoy aquí abogando para que nos acerquemos y veamos que sí, nosotros también, la comunidad inmigrante, tenemos muchos recursos. Gracias a todas las personas que están aquí, gracias al alcalde que está siempre luchando por la comunidad inmigrante, y eso se le agradece. Y le pido que no nos deje solos siempre, no nos dejen solos a la comunidad, que esto es un comienzo y para mí se me hace que es un gran comienzo bueno. Muchísimas gracias.
As an immigrant community, we need to make sure that we take advantage of all of the resources and services that are available. I am here and I am taking advantage of it, and I want you all to know that you need to come out and receive this opportunity. We deserve it. We work and we deserve it. The status should not define us, and I am here and I thank our mayor for allowing us to have these opportunities. And so I thank you all very much for being here.
Well, okay. Thank you. That was very well stated and really speaks to the heart of why we're all here. I'm Carolyn Hull. I'm the General Manager of the Economic and Workforce Development Department. The department is committed to supporting all those impacted by the fires to expeditiously recover and rebuild. That's why I'm excited to stand here with Mayor Bass, my colleagues within the city family. In addition, we are joined by our county, state, and nonprofit partners to discuss the opening of 4 impacted worker and family recovery centers. The recovery centers will offer impacted workers critical services that support job searches, job training and placement. Impacted workers can also access support services needed to stay on their jobs, including funding for temporary housing and childcare. It's really important, as is indicated, that people reach out and take advantage of these facilities. Dislocated workers can utilize this recovery center to get support applying for the Disaster Unemployment Assistance Program offered through the California Employment Development Department. Ken Gomez, since this disaster, the benefits that your department, EDD, has offered has served as a life preserver to many Angelenos, and we want to make sure that all Angelenos are aware of the state assistance that they can receive for a maximum of 26 weeks after the federal government declares a state of emergency. Workers and businesses can come to the Recovery Center and get the support applying for the LA Region Small Business and Worker Relief Fund. The fund will provide grants to eligible displaced workers, small businesses, and nonprofits. And I want to thank the Department of Economic Opportunity for taking the lead for standing up this fund. The good news is that the fund was going to close at the end of this month. It's now going to be open until March 2nd. Also want to talk about the fact that this center brings together opportunities for impacted businesses so that they can get the services they need in case to look at what they need in order to thrive and as we go through and rebuild this process. They'll get information on how to start a business, support them in navigating the disaster recovery resources, including the LA Regional Small Business Relief Fund. So, in conclusion, EWDD welcomes all Angelenos with open arms to utilize the Recovery Center as a safe space to receive the resources needed. If you'd like to know more about the comprehensive list of city resources, please go to emergency.lacity.gov. And thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Jessica Koo Kim, and I'm the Chief Deputy of LA County's Department of Economic Opportunity. We're so thrilled to be here today and celebrate the opening of this center, of the Family Center and Impacted Workers. We know that it's critical for two things. One, we know our community needs relief. Our workers, thousands of our small businesses have been impacted, and how we partner across the city and the county and the state to provide centralized but also partnered resources that makes it easily accessible for folks. And so coming to this center today, as well as any of our America's Job Centers of California across the region, you have support. So people mentioned unemployment insurance, job training, resume assistance. If you need access to quickly find new employment, or you need a gap employment opportunity as you figure out how you're going to continue day to day, this center is here for you. And secondly, the LA Region Worker and Small Business Relief Fund is for that. It is for immediate relief. We recognize, as we heard today, that there are families struggling to put food on the table, that we have workers who've lost revenue, whether you're an immigrant worker, whether you own a brick and mortar business. We want to ensure that you are going to have access to relief, but recover long-term here. LA County's Department of Economic Opportunity is committed as we lead some of the economic recovery, not only to provide that immediate relief, but as we think about long-term recovery. These centers are a one-stop shop for you to access all of those services, get referrals, and ensure that the people here have language accessibility, have the resources from training, on-the-job training, wage subsidy programs. So both if you're a worker or an employer, please see the center as your one-stop shop. We're thrilled to be here and partner with the City of Los Angeles, and we welcome and we know this will be a journey that we'll do together. So thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Abigail Marquez, and I have the honor of serving as the General Manager of the city's Community Investment for Families Department. We are another city department that is bringing our services to this recovery center along with the other 3 centers that have opened across the city. We recognize that the devastation of the wildfires has impacted Angelenos in every corner of the city, and we want to really stress that there are services here for everyone. Everyone, regardless of their immigration status. Our Family Source Centers offer a wide range of social services for families. Primarily, we recognize that individuals belong in are part of a family, and there are challenges that we want to help respond to for the entire family. So what we're doing here is we are co-locating Breezy, which is one of the Family Source Centers that we fund in Council District 13. They will physically be moving their staff here to provide that ease of access to the families that are seeking services at this recovery center. We are here to fill in all of the gaps. We're helping from providing the financial coaching, helping people navigate the very complicated public benefits that are available, the CalFresh program. There's a disaster Medi-Cal program that is currently open and closes tomorrow. We're here to help people apply for that program. We are also here to provide emergency housing assistance, financial assistance, and a range of other services. The mayor mentioned the work that we do this tax season. We offer free tax preparation services citywide, and it's even more crucial for those who are impacted to take advantage of the eligible tax credits that oftentimes are left unclaimed. We have the earned income tax credit and the child tax credit, and upwards of $10,000 is available for families who are eligible this year. So the message here today is that this is a one-stop hub for everyone, regardless of their immigration status, can come here or any of the 4 recovery centers to access services. Thank you.
We'll take some questions now, but let me just say that this is an example of a comprehensive approach to recovery and rebuilding. So while the fires were still going on, we opened up the Disaster Recovery Center on Pico and Westwood. We've seen over 7,000 individuals go through that center. Last week, we opened up the One-Stop Rebuilding Center, also in West LA, where we want to move people into phase 3, where we're actually now getting plans and permits to rebuild. And so we co-located 12 city offices in one building so they can begin the rebuilding process. And then, of course, this impacted worker and recovery center for those individuals that didn't live in the Palisades or Altadena or the other areas, but they either worked in the home, on the property, or in the commercial businesses.